welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another thrift haul. Let's just get right into it. First of all, I found a lot of, okay, I'm kind of over here, a little far from where I need to grab my things. So let me, I found a lot of craft supplies. Now, I'm always looking for, craft supplies. These are just thick wood dowels. So I'm always looking for craft supplies, not only, I know I've shared it here before, not only for like me and like things that I can work on projects, but our daughter is into, there's so many in there, I can't even get them all. Our daughter is really into creating, and there's different, like she does watercolors and like, she's amazing. She is a talent, but so I'm always looking in the craft supplies. You just never know. Please look in the craft supplies. You guys, I found so many brand new, unopened. Some of them were open. Like this one was open. You can see the top. These are just kids ones. But paintbrushes, and they were little paintbrushes. I love I actually just used, there's a dresser behind me that I'm working on. These like really cheap, inexpensive kids brushes, when I have to like touch up stain, a stain or a product that I know I cannot get out of my paintbrush and I'm gonna have to throw out when I'm done with it. So I love them for that. So I always like that, you can get them at the Dollar Tree and stuff too. But they're perfect for that. So when I can score, like look at these are open, but they're not used. Oh my gosh. I just could not believe I found all these paintbrushes. Somebody cleared out their paint stash. Thank you, because I'm happy to pick them up. So Gabrielle we'll take some of those and then I will use them, like I said, for different things. And they're great for touch-up paint, and I couldn't believe I found all those. A little tip is I found a couple of, they were in the plastic bags on an end cap. So they were in a plastic bag like this. And so whenever I find one or two of something like that, I always think to myself, somebody cleaned out their house, all of their supplies. And so there were actually another thing, if you are ever into beading, like there were containers of little beads, like you would make bracelets and things with, I'm sure. Tons of them. And then all of these paintbrushes. So somebody really cleared out their craft supplies. So I really dug through the craft area and I found more of the paintbrushes. I found more bags of them. So when you find, you're seeing a lot of something, make sure you do a good search, because chances are they are cleaning out something. And so chances are you'll find more. Then I always look in the holiday section, no matter what time of year it is. And especially now, the holidays are over. So most of our thrift stores have, there's not really a big Christmas section or anything right now, but they're still getting things in and they want to push those things out fast and not really, have to store them for another whole year. So usually the prices right now are really good on holiday stuff. So do not skip that section. But I loved these. They're little Christmas tree picks. I think they're so cute. They would just be cute inside like an old Santa mug. You guys know I love my vintage Santa mugs. And then there were little gingerbread men in there too. But anyway, I thought these were super cute. Totally not the Christmas season, but I'll be excited to use those once Christmas rolls around. And I get to open up the Christmas boxes and see what I have accumulated over the year, which is always super fun for me. So I'm going to be sharing a project that it's just an easy project. And I need some, I have one vintage frames. It's so funny too, when you're thrifting and you're looking for one specific thing, it's so hard to find. But yet when you're not looking for that thing, you'll find 1,000 of them. So I've needed some kind of old looking or older 5x7 frames. I am having the hardest time finding them. So I thought this one was cool. I might do some rub and buff on it. I'm not sure yet, but it's just kind of a big chunkier, reminds me of a big ornate frame. So that's why I got this one. And because I'm having such a hard time finding them. It's so funny because if you guys saw my video that I did the sentimental ornaments in, which they don't have to be ornaments, you could use them all year round, but it's somebody's shirt that I used inside of these. I needed to finish off, my friend needed 7 and I only had 6 of these, this size embroidery hoops. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll find these. I find them all the time in thrift stores. This size, I'll have it next week. It is now, I'm recording this on, it's like the end of January. I have not found it until just this week. This size. So like I say, when I'm not looking, now that I have gotten this one, I will find a ton of these in the thrift store. So that's why I'm always saying, make sure that you're picking up these items when you find them, because when you want to go and search for them, you won't be able to find them. So gosh, it's just so funny. The 5x7 frames and then that embroidery hoop. I'm like, okay. It's so true. This is why I say this all the time. Okay. Hopefully I put them in that basket. Okay. My son, Landon just called, so it kind of made a blip in this video. Sorry about that. Let's continue. Okay. So I don't know where I left off, but, I found, so I love floral frogs, and I found 3 that I have never found before. And I love using these. Okay, this pink one, I have never found a pink one. Love this color. This, okay, so it's gonna look black to you probably, but it is a blue glass color. If that sun would come in, I don't know if you can see that, but so that's really pretty. And then this one, it's more like a pottery one. And actually when I was shopping in the thrift store, I had these in my hand and a guy came up to me and he said, what do you use the floral frogs for? And so I was telling him, I mean, literally, I had the paintbrushes in my hand. I said, they are the best for drying paintbrushes, or when you have a ton of colors you're kind of working with, and you don't want to just lay them in the paint, set them like this. Pens you can put in here. I have vintage scissors I put in here. Obviously you can do floral stems. I mean, there's so many things you can use them for. But he said he saw, I don't know if it was this one or this one, but he was in the store the day before and he said that he saw that, and I wondered if he was coming back to get it, because I've been there, I've done that, and then you see somebody walking around with the thing you came back to get, but because he said he had never seen them in these colors or these, shapes or whatever, and I said I hadn't either. So that was kind of fun to kind of grab those. And I love things like that, like vintage things like this they still have so many uses and they look great. Like this on a shelf, I actually, right over here, I have a cabinet and I have one of these in there. It's kind of a cool glass one that's taller in the middle. Like that one's so cool too. But I just have some different paintbrushes and stuff in there when I need to grab them. They're just easy to grab. So grab floral frogs for that. These, if you've been around my Creative Days anywhere, my website or anything, my favorite color is green. And these are vintage little custard cups, but the best color. So I found a set of those. We have a set of dishes, glass dishes, kind of this size, that are perfect, like portion sizes for like ice cream, or I will sometimes make like a yogurt parfait type of thing in them. The kids use them all the time. If you need to like crack eggs to add to, like, if you're baking something, you can crack them in these first. Like I use these a lot, and this green color is so amazing. Okay, another thing I picked up were these napkin rings. When I saw them stacked like this, I was thinking of a project idea. So I may have a project with these. We will see. I like the color. They look like wood. I think they are wood, but I just liked the patina and the way they were. So there were only one of those though. This, I could not believe. I could not believe comb and brush. This is just an amazing little vintage piece. You could use this for so many things, obviously. I love the color. I love kind of the patina on it. So, so, so good. So I had to grab that. Now, this next piece I need your help on. Tell me what this is. I do not know what this piece is. It's got a beautiful stamp. Is that going to be upside down for you guys? Yes. So let me, but this might be backwards still. Can you see that? Okay, so Matt and I were talking. Matt thought it was an ashtray. And I can't, I've used my Google app and I have not found, look at the handle. I have not found anything with a handle like this. So you guys will have to let me know what this was for. Was it like a spoon rest type of thing? Was it an ashtray? What was it? Obviously you could use it for so many things. I think a succulent in here, you could, I was thinking you could use it to set your paintbrushes in here, but you'd want to put something in there so you weren't getting paint all over it. But yeah, this, I'm just trying to think of all the different things. Scrabble letters, you guys know I love old Scrabble tiles, so I could put them in there as well. But I think this would be so pretty with a succulent inside of it. But I want to know what it is or what it was used for. So if you guys know, definitely let me know. This is a legit iridescent Federalist, it's Federalist, right? Vintage mug. I could not believe this. So they're making reproductions of these, obviously, and this one is the real deal. I couldn't believe I found one. Again, I found this on an end cap, not near where they keep the mugs. So as soon as I found this, I headed right over to the mugs to see if I could find one more or three more. I couldn't find any more, but I was happy to at least find one. So that was really cool. And like I say, I do, when I was sharing these hauls, I would get a lot of, when I was sharing them on Facebook and Instagram, I would get a lot of people asking if they could buy the certain things I was sharing. And so I have opened up an online shop. I will leave a link to it in the description of this video, so definitely check it out. I launch new items every Wednesday at noon Central Time, so definitely some of these items will be on that shop page. So these I thought were so cool. They're little candle holders, wood, a pair of them. They look homemade to me, vintage obviously, but I had to grab those. This little, anything copper, brass, I absolutely love it. Wouldn't this be stunning around fall or Christmas? It's so pretty and it's all there. Usually you'll find like the bottom, part of it and not the glass, but it's all there. And it's such a small piece. It's not like one of those huge lamps, that takes up a lot of space. This would be it's just perfect to add a little something to a shelf or a mantle or something. I just thought it was so pretty. Okay. Oh, I found this bird cage. How pretty is this? So these are so fun, especially obviously in the springtime. Fill them with a nest. You can buy nests anywhere. Hobby Lobby, thrift stores are full of them. Fill it with speckled eggs. You could do so many things with this. Put books inside. I think the bottom should come out somewhere. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with bird cages. I just thought this one was really pretty. You can see the top there. And it's a good size. It's a good size. Okay. I love finding vintage throws and real wool throws. And look, this one still has the tag on it here. So when I am ever looking at blankets and things, I always look for this tag. It's usually at the end of one of the ends, if that makes sense, on the back side. Look for the tag because it's going to tell you so much about it. Like a Pendleton, if you could find a vintage Pendleton throw or blanket. I have found a couple of those. I always look through the blankets for these like real wool blankets, the name brands, for vintage ones. They don't make them the same. And this is such a good color. Perfect for all year round, but for fall for sure. So pretty. Okay. I'm gonna save those for last. I grabbed this gathering basket. Doesn't it just look like a farmhouse? Like, let's go out and gather some eggs, go to the garden. We can gather, something from, I just love this basket. I'm obsessed with baskets. If I find an old basket, it's coming home with me. So, always check the baskets. Then I found this bag of hand-blown glass pieces. Aren't these, there's purple, there's like a gray or a black, blue, yellow, green. Think of these in a bowl, like around the holidays. They would look like ornaments. Not even around the holidays. They would just look gorgeous in a bowl, just sitting, in a basket or a bowl on a shelf. You could tuck in some twinkle lights underneath them so they they're that much prettier. But to get the hand-blown glass, these are so pretty. Always check these bags. At this store, this was from a Salvation Army, so they don't have them hung like our Goodwills do. So if they have a bag like this, they just kind of set them in different areas. So, and this was just in a random, it was by the candles, this bag. So like, you just never know. Even if you're like, I don't want to look through the candles, just go up the aisle quick, because you just never know what you're going to find. So I had to grab those. And that concludes my haul. I did find some brand new notebooks that were cheaper than $1, like the 3-ring and the 5-ring notebooks that the kids always need or want to use for school. So I did grab some of those, but yeah. So like I said, you can shop some of these items on my shop page. I will leave a link to that in the description. We launch every Wednesday at noon Central. So if some of these things caught your eye, make sure to check it out on Wednesday. But until then, happy thrifting. I always like to hear what was your favorite find that I shared today. I usually let you guys know too. It would probably have to be, I always try to just do one, but the glass balls, and I really, really, really love this piece. But this, I could not believe I found the original or like the real old one. I love the little green dishes. The floral frogs were so different. The blanket's really pretty. So I kind of have a lot of favorites. So when you guys can narrow it down and tell me what your favorites are, it's just always fun to see which items you would have picked up, or maybe you didn't know or didn't, you get a new idea for picking up certain items. I like to hear it all. So make sure you leave a comment and let me know, and I will talk to you guys very soon.